3. Both of their opponents did forfeit their matches, but excellent nonetheless. And, well, we got to start already, and we're starting at the corner, Rick, by level 4.
That is a very nice area to go because you got a whole bunch of open caves to be able to check. And so Paratroopa is deciding to head on over towards level 1. And it looks like Zardia wants to head over towards the vanilla start area.
Yeah, the great thing about starting right in the middle there is you will be able to have a lot of different routes you can take. It will probably see Paratroopa go up towards the northeast, while Zardi is going to check here and probably go over towards the Lost Woods.
We find out what the medium secret is. 25 rubies, as Lizzie had warned us about those low secrets. Well, Lizzie warned us about something else, and we're going to keep hearing about Lizzie until we find that item.
Yeah, book is what unlocks the ability for the old men to give more than a one-liner in the entire race. So I'm sure if our runners find it, especially early, they will definitely pick it up, even though they still have to worry about that fire. And, well, Zardi has a pointed object, so he can start stabbing some enemies.
Yeah, that pointy object being over at the river spot. And now he's tackling on against these blue moblins, hoping to get himself a bomb drop, but unfortunately unable to do so on the very first moblin killed. So he's going to have to wait until the 6th kill on the global counter in order to have a bomb chance. But he's going to go ahead and kill to get his count up to 5. So what are some of the strategies that we've seen employed during this Pentaforce tournament so far?
Well, I mean, there's a few different ways for runners to go about this. Some runners will elect to dive into some of the dungeons that they find early and search for the Triforce, search for the items. Others will just do a quick blitz of trying to gather as much information, trying to locate where the most advantageous dungeons are to search, and sort of try to manipulate their route in order to end up in level 9 as quickly as possible. So they'll concentrate on, digging dungeons for like the bow, the silver arrows, and the ladder, but not too much other than that.
You find the candle. It's over at the desert shop. 71 rupees is what it's going to take in order to get yourself a candle purchase in this seed. Not sure if we're going to see many candles purchased in this case with a 25 medium secret, but that always depends on what the large secret is going to be. As Zardia checks over by the lake, we may find out what the Armos item is real soon. And Zardia getting the bad news about the 25 rupees being the small secret.
Yeah, we're getting 2 more Armos checks here. The first 2 allotted to nothing. And it is the magical boomerang.
Yep, and it looks like we have 64 for the top secret. So say hello to what we call a poverty seed. It all depends on how that money lines up.
Yeah, 64 for the high, the bare minimum for the medium. They're going to have to be very selective with their purchases. Now, luckily enough for them, the arrows did roll a little bit low, so if arrows happen to be required for the seed, at least they don't have to pay the full 80, it's just 70. But they do have to be a little bit more selective in where they spend their money, just in case something like the arrows or the meat would be required.
Well, we find out that if you want to buy that blue ring, it's going to be 248 rupees. Red candle is a ladder blocked item today, as Zardia picks up his second of the medium secrets. We haven't seen any of the small secrets just yet. Maybe we'll get lucky and find 19 or 20.
So, not sure. Paratroopa is actually heading back over towards the forest and is going to try to...
I believe he wants to get to the northeast corner because he hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah, just the view, those last few dungeons.
Oh, he's buying a candle. He's buying a candle.
Oh, that works too.
That's why he's doing this, and this will allow him to cover some more territory because maybe he'll find a level, and that level will give him some information. Obviously, what we find inside of the level depends on how much you want to dig it out at this point.
No, we saw Zardia pausing there for a little bit, so no doubt he was marking where that where the meat was, just in case you may need it later. 78. It's one of those prices that it could be either way. It could have been the cheap or the expensive meat. So he'll at least notate it for now, just in case he has to return for it later.
Well, 78 would be the low one because we just saw the 91 over here at a candle shop. So 91 would be the most expensive bait, and the 70 some odd rupees would be the what's normally 16 in the vanilla game. Has already ended up finding a door repair penalty, and it looks like it was 18 rupees if I counted correctly.
Yeah, not that bad. I mean, you still don't want any rupees lost in this, and we do find level 7 on Paratroopa side, but you really don't want to lose any rupees in a seed like this, but if you're going to lose them, at least it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, it's not the 25 maximum. It's, hey, hello! You're not going to do much in that level 7. Ladder block immediately. And Paratroopa head on over towards the candle row, which is a good decision once we have our candle.
Yeah, and that is, in this seed, one of the best caves that you can have on the start screen there. It is a gambling corner, so they can just use the save and retry and not lose a lot of time at all with the gambling right there.
So you're finding one of the large secrets over at the graveyard here as Paratroopa finding another meat shop. 65 rupee keys, by the way. That's not a bad price. And we know that sometimes you may be given the idea to buy a key, given how rare keys can be in certain dungeons.
Yeah, pretty good price and location for the keys, so I am sure that Paratroopa does have it in the back of his mind. We do see level 5 on Zardia's side, so...
But that's board 5.
Yes, it is board 5.
Why is it board 5?
Well, that's one of the nice little options that Fred has added to this randomizer. It's not required, and it doesn't affect the seed in any way, but you can change what it says up top. You can select level, you can select board, or give it something random and get something like World 5.
We found out what the small secret is, 13 rupees, so at least that is better than normal. Not a great number, as unfortunately Paratroopa takes a death before he's able to get over towards where the letter cave is normally, as Zardi tackling off against some dark nuts.
Yeah, and of course, it doesn't look like these dark nuts have rolled low either, so they will take a little bit of combat to get through.
There are more than 4.
Yeah. So, you really don't want to see that on bomb-dropping enemies because, well, you want your bomb-dropping enemies to drop bombs as quick as possible. But he is doing a good job of dancing around with them and is able to take them out. Gets rewarded with a key at least, so not horrible.
Looks like they rolled 6.
And
oh, silver arrows. Oh, yeah. So Paratroopa finds the silver arrows. You gotta have 4 to 6 hearts in order to pick it up, as Paratroopa finds level 6.
And oh my goodness, Fires rolled north. So Fires will not be able to drop bombs at all for our runners.
In addition to that, it looks like the bats also got rolled up to 2. Nope, they're just singles. Never mind.
Yeah, the Fires are bad enough, though.
Oh yeah, because definitely there goes any bomb chance. I mean, this say here with the Dark Nuts and Fires really is not going to be an attractive bomb farming set.
No, I can't imagine, as Paratroopa does pick up his sword, I can't imagine either runner is going to really focus on farming bombs on either of those, but
nice
hey,
find.
Look, Triforce 5.
Yep, Zardia here, you're up as far as you can go. You grab that Triforce. That's the first of the 5 Triforces that Zardia needs in order to get into level 9. Paratroopa has found more levels, but Zardia with a 1-0 Triforce lead so far. But you know, this race ain't complete until we find all the items that we need in order to beat this game.
Now, Rick, Zardia is choosing to leave without that item. Is that a decision you would have made, or would you have dug a little bit deeper? He does have 3 keys, and it looks like he may want to save them for future dungeons like level 1 that is very key heavy. So, do you like the decision, or would you have dug a little bit more in 5?
Well, here's the thing. You have 3 hearts. You found out that both Dark Nuts and Vires rolled very high, and you didn't even dare try to figure out what the blue Dark Nuts had rolled. This is not a friendly dungeon at all at this early stage, so I think Zardia made the right choice in grabbing this Triforce, and if he has to come back later, well, yeah, he'll come back later, but I think it was a good decision for him to leave at this point.
And we did also see a bomb shop on Paratroopa side, and of course, just like everything else in this seed so far, they did not roll low either. 24 rupees to a 4-pack of bombs.
Yeah, money's going to be extremely tight in this seed as it is going to be. If they want the defense, they're going to have to really save up the rupees and maybe take advantage of that cave that you had talked about earlier in regards to the money-making game. Has it received the screen scroll from Paratroopa? Yeah, the same screen scroll that we saw from Zardi earlier. He will find the next of the large secrets and then level 5. Paratroopa striking and missing as far as one of the bombs. There just was the start.
Yeah, Zardi was probably about 3 or 4 pixels too far to the right. So, unfortunately, it was his last bomb at this point. So, may take him a little bit before he gets in to see what that cave held.
Yeah, and the guy absolutely no health from the blue Octoroks at this point, as he does a retry, and that gets him 2 bombs back, so he comes into this knowing exactly what he was planning on doing. He's going to go and right straight back to that space. So Zardia did a save, and that was a good decision.
Absolutely, and he can also save the bomb on the screen to the right here because he knows it isn't anything beneficial for him right now. So it will actually net him 1 bomb, and he'll still have opened this cave.
Unless he finds out that... Oh, no! This is not going to be a retry at this point. We're going to save this one. We want that bomb out of our inventory for that candle that he just picked up.
Yeah, and I would imagine he's going to search around here a little bit, so he should find the location of the silver arrow fairly soon as well. And Paratroopa finding the bad news about red Dark Nuts. Does have to be careful now, down to just half a heart. It looks like he's going to up A just to get that health refill there.
Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. You're just a couple of rooms away from the star, and now he's about to get some more bad news about these Vires. Or once he tries laying down a bomb, that is, and he's not laying down a bomb. But that's alright. I mean, he made the decision to progress as far as he really wanted to. There is... He finds out that it's one of those bracket river type rooms. He's going to go through this room here. If he kills off these wall masters, he will have that first Triforce piece as well, as long as he doesn't get grabbed.
Yeah, if he would get grabbed, it wouldn't be horrible. It's not too far away, but yeah, he's immediately going to pick up Triforce 5.
Yeah, it was more just an annoyance thing at this stage. Czardia will find out about the silver arrows in just a moment. But first, board 6.
It looks like Paratroopa making the same play that Zardi did. Ended up killing a couple levers outside just to get a few rupee drops. Not a bad decision with how this seed is going, and maybe going back into level 5 now.
He may be going in for the health refill at this point, down to a half a heart. Yep, there's the up and A. And no, he is going to continue to dig. So,
Let's get an extra key for that bomb use. So maybe he's content with that. Maybe he's just going in for another key.
We'll see if that one key comes into play a little bit later on. As I know, one of the things is that he definitely wanted the health refill, because you don't want to take a death at this stage, especially all the work that you've put to get yourself onto this side of the map.
Absolutely, and he made very good use of the boomerang to stun all those Lionels going down, to just be able to walk through them. Boomerang gives a lot of iframes to allow you to get past them. So he's going to continue his exploration up here, and we get the power bracelet in level 6.
That power bracelet opens up 4 possible new spots on the world. We don't know if it's going to be required, but maybe it is. You never know. We still have yet to find some of our levels, like 1, 2, 3, 4 definitely are still missing. So are 8 and 9.
Yeah, 6 and 7 really aren't the first 2 levels that you want to find in a seed. And 5 is right there included with them because of their size and the fact that they don't net 2 items like level 8 does. So both runners are probably hoping, come on, give me a small level soon. And Paratroopa heading up towards Spectacle Rock will have exactly enough bombs to take care of this as Zardia gets the Triforce out of level 6.
That was a very efficient level 6 right there for Zardia, as he ended up getting to the item room in relatively fast fashion, and then getting the Triforce in the next room as we find another secret over here, and there's another 13 rupees for Paratroopa's wallet, and Zardia about to find out the news in regards to how many hearts you really want to have this seed. Hey, level 3! Zardia offering a couple of sword beams at the old lady here.
So in the very magenta level 3, Paratroopa headed over towards the right side at first, and takes a death to the Pulse Voice. It looks so far like the Gibdo is the only bomb-dropping enemy in this dungeon.
Zardia finding out that that power bracelet just east of the normal star turns out to only be a potion shop, and Paratroopa continuing to explore this level 3. So yeah, we got Gibdos, we got Pulse Voice, we got likes, we've got Zols. Oh my!
Yeah, a lot of high HP bearing enemies in this dungeon, so a lot of combat in this dungeon with the wood sword is not something you really want to do.
Zardia finding out that that was a door repair charge, is going to go ahead and do an up and A before accepting it. Zol's going down to 1 HP is a nice find.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can quickly get rid of them without having to worry about this splitting into the gels. We do see the Triforce here in level 3, but with the relatively small size, Paratroopa is going to continue to press on to find this item, and we might have it here.
Yep, this double block room could be a push block room. It is, and the item in level 3, Krim, what is it?
Well, we got a Tutti Flute.
The Tutti Flute that opens up to level 7, also protection in case we find ourselves with a Dig Dagger block coming up. We don't know where that is, but Paratroopa will backtrack through this level 3. Now, the nice thing about the Zols getting rolled down to 1 HP, a lot easier for your rupees.
Definitely. The other good thing about the recorder is the location that Paratroopa currently is. Being on Death Mountain with 0 bombs, he's not going to be able to explore anymore, but if he does get bombs and wants to return, at some point he can actually just whistle to 3 now instead of having to walk all the way back up there.
That's a very good point at this stage in the run. So 20 minutes in, both of these runners, 2 Triforces, and we've only seen 4 levels, but we have all the items to get into all but 2 squares.
Yeah, the Raft the only one we're missing, and typically out of all the important items, the Raft is the least desired by the runners just because it's only 2 squares. It doesn't really do much for them, so they won't be looking too much for it, but we do see another gift shop on Zardia's side, so at least he is in range to pick up that silver arrow now.
And Paratroopa trying to face off against the Moblins to get some bomb drops. Unfortunately, the Moblins said no, and the Zelda said, "You're dead."
Yeah, as odd as it is, with HP Shuffle on, it plays with you mentally on how you approach enemies. And we do see Paratroopa using the money-making game right now as well with that save and retry. So,
yep, we saw a retry right after he got nailed with the 41, but he's going to save this 30. He wants to keep that 166. I think we know what Paratroopa's thinking. Blue ring.
yeah, only losing the 1 rupee here, he's not going to retry every time. But that 41, yeah.
Yep, that 41 is enough to say, nope, thank you. And minus 14, he's going to go back in. Another minus 41. This is, Unos would have such a field day with this because of how he likes to be able to manipulate the RNG for this. Gets a plus 31. That's Paratroopa's definitely going to save that up to 200 rupees.
Yeah, a little bit more than 2 more victories, so he got 1 there. So he just needs to win 1 more time, and he will have enough for his blue ring, and we'll be happy to have that.
And there it is right there. So Paratroopa making his way 1K to the south. And come on, spawn, and there's your 248 rupee blue ring purchase. Doesn't have to worry about those arrows anymore since he knows that that is the silver arrows as the white sword item. If he can ever get some hearts.
Yeah, Zardia is actually very close to level 3 now, so that will put him in quite an interesting position because he'll have 3 Triforce and, know the location of a few items, but he still needs that bow and possibly the ladder too. So it's going to be interesting how he treats some of these levels going forward.
And one of the things here with Zardi at this point is he doesn't know where any other dungeon is at this point. He only knows where 3, 5, and 6 are. 7 that we know of is ladder blocked from getting anywhere into it, but he doesn't know that at this point. And we have yet to see all of Hyrule, so there's definitely more squares to come. Like, for instance, how about these ones that Paratroopa is coming across right now? That is another money-making game. He doesn't have enough rupees to play that at this point. You need 10 in order to play the money-making game. How about this square? That looks like it is going to be a money-making game. I think we found Atlantic City here, Krim.
Yeah, very possible. I would say that the beaches aren't quite as nice, but we'll take it anyway.
And behind this square, we find your drugstore.
Well, you do need the alcohol to go with the gambling.
Very true.
So Zardia trying his best going up against some of these enemies. Keys are much nicer than the Gyarados and the Pole's Voice and everything else, but we'll see how long it takes him to make his way over to the left, which we know is where the item and the Triforce are. Paratroopa finishing off his Force exploration, and he didn't have much money, so the guy's just gonna rough him completely bankrupt.
Well, isn't that what happens in Atlantic City?
Yeah, very true.
You lose all your rupees, and then you get the ATM to give you 13 more.
I amount that to walking up to a slot machine, and it just happens to have 1 charge in it. And look at that, level 1 at vanilla, level 2.
That is a phenomenal find. Above anything else, the fact that this has 2 items inside of it. And hey, it's key doors, and hey, it's Wizrobes.
Paratroopa just opting not to fight them, so we don't know their HP quite yet. And, well, I guess Wizrobes go with Gyarados in the seed, so 2 bomb-dropping enemies in this group.
It's possible, because I've yet to see another enemy at this point, that the Gibdos are the one that is going to be transitioned between enemy groups.
And Zardia also came across one of the possible 3 leave your money or life rooms, but they're not asking for a life, they're asking for explosives.
Yep. So we got money, explosives. Paratroopa hoping to get a heart so he can do this block clip without having to worry about the Gibdo that's inside that wants to give him a nice big mummy hug. There's Zardi picking up a pack of bombs right there. He's gone the wrong direction of this level 3, but soon will get himself on track. And Paratroopa trying to face off against these Gibdos, get them out of the way. Just really trying to get them out of the way. Also, he wants to get into that room to the left as well, which is why he's killing them off.
Yeah, actually not a bad decision. Kill them off, go either grab the item or peek over first, and then do the other once you're finished. It looks like he's going to peek over and just see a room full of nope.
Red, blue, no. Wooden boomerang, absolutely no value to Paratroopa at this point.
Now that room with the whiz robes could potentially drop something, it's just not a room you want to deal with until you exhaust all your other options. So I don't blame him for leaving. And wow, this dungeon set is actually full of bomb dropping enemies. Gibdos, whiz robes, and the Gorilla.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, it does turn out that the Gibdos are the transparent, or the ones that transfer between dungeons. There's the recorder pickup there for Czardia, and that will at least make him feel a little bit better, because now he's only going to have possibly be locked out of 2 spots on this map until we find where the raft is.
And that is his 3rd Triforce pickup. So only 2 more needed for entry into level 9. And well, Rick, something we haven't really touched on, that bow could be there.
Well, yes, it could definitely be there. And that would be completely rude if it was there. But this is all part of what happens when we have this current flag set. So while Paratroopa is trying to face off against these gorillas, Zardia looks like he's going to be checking over that west side of the mountain that we never saw from Paratroopa. So we have the possibility of finding some more levels.
Yeah, and so far nothing in level 1 has panned out for Paratroopa, so it is not horrible that Zardia hasn't been this way yet. So Paratroopa, no need for the map, is just going to up A and continue on his search.
And you know, the one major thing that's going on is we find the 3rd and the final of the big secrets. You remember that level 5 that I said earlier was a good idea to say no to? Well, maybe at this rate it's starting to get to that point where maybe we may need to think about going back in there.
Absolutely, and Zardia also picking up his blue rank, so both of our runners back on that advantage of
oh my god!
Well, I mean, he does have the blue rank, so it's only, you know, it's 3 hits to death instead of 2. And could you imagine if the other item is in that room to the right?
Or even with those blue whiz robes, because we didn't see a drop on the floor. It's possible that they would have to drop that.
Never mind.
No, never mind. Yep. Hi, ladder. Hey, Zardia, you don't have the book. That hint's not gonna do you any good. Sorry, man. Sorry for your 14 rupees.
So yeah, that ladder actually made level 1 worth it for Paratroopa. Now we don't know if it's needed, and will Zardia find level 9?
Hi, level 9. How are you? we may have to come back into you for a little while later and maybe see if you have a bow or maybe access to another level where the bow is in. Who knows?
Oh man, the Fred dream. Raft in 9 leading to the bow.
Here's Czardia just definitely trying to use some iframes around these. Oh, look at him try to kill off these Lionels just to make his work a little easier. Maybe he's trying to score a bomb drop as Paratroopa is going to pick up that red candle.
Given the enemies in the seed so far, that's not actually a bad option. Now, I mean, it does the same damage as the wood sword, but having that extra fire on screen is at least nice to know that you have access to.
Half an hour in, we have yet to see level 2, level 4, or level 8.
Or almost any health.
We've seen 2 take any's at this point. Zardi chose the candle with the first one, and chose the heart container with the second one.
Yeah, and nothing so far in the dungeons. I mean, with these enemy sets that we've seen so far, I wouldn't want to be clearing out trying to just for a heart anyway. But yeah, it is kind of concerning because Paratroopa doesn't even have enough to potentially get that silver arrow yet.
And for little we know, Zardi only has a 33% chance of actually claiming that prize. As looks like Paratroopa is heading over here to Lost Hills, may head over towards level 5 area if he doesn't die first. Oh, there we go. That's a nice heart drop right there. And Zardia here, don't forget, Zardia does have the power bracelet. Maybe we'll find a level here. Yes, we will. 4's under the power bracelet spot.
Oh my.
Looks like Paratroopa's trying to line up a screen scroll, getting kind of rattled by the Octorox, but scrolls off the screen, gets him over to the left side, gets over here, and Zardi is about to find the item in 4. It's the raft.
Well,
now
we can at least access everywhere.
That does guarantee that 9 will not be a double dip.
So I guess our hope is that at least for a a Y seed type thing, 2 or 8 maybe at a raft spot. So you'd have power bracelet required to get the raft, required to get the potential bow.
Maybe. But Zardi now has all of the transport tools. The only thing he doesn't have is that ladder. And that's the only advantage that Paratroopa really has at this point, is that's what he pulled out of level 1. And we have seen certain races already in this tournament where the ladder may not even be needed.
Yeah, with the option of being able to complete dungeons without the ladder, only needing 5 Triforce, the ladder's necessity goes down a little bit, but it's always nice to have. Level 7 could be potentially critical, and if you do need the ladder to progress anywhere, then it's definitely going to be a big key item. And look at that, finally another heart for Zardia.
What was that thing on the floor?
It's a little bit foreign to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have no idea what this is. 3 HP on the orange Wizrobe, so that's nice to see.
So is the bomb drop.
He had 6. But still definitely nice to see, but yeah. As Paratroopa is going through this level 6, and it looks like, just based on where he is in this 6, that he's taking the longer route than what we saw from Zardia. And now he gets the compass. And he's going to check these other rooms, but I think he'll beeline it for that compass area. And there he'll find the power bracelet, which we know at this point is at least needed to get into another level. Hey, speaking of compass, there's one in level 4 for Zardia, and that helps put him in the right direction.
Yeah, after finding the item, finding the compass is always great. So, not sure why he peeked over that way. He already has the item and the heart out here.
I think what he was trying to do is to shuffle those Gibdos away so that he would have a better chance of getting through. Because Paratroopa has no bombs.
Oh yeah, that's.
But yeah, I think that's what Zardi was doing. Is he was just resetting the room to give himself maybe a more favorable movement here, because otherwise the Gibdos would have been right on top of him for a death. Hey, bombs right there for Zardia. That was something that Paratroopa would love to find at this point, but at least he knows where the Triforce is. At some point, he'll be able to get in. And if Zardia is able to kill off this room here with the with the Gibdos, he will be able to claim his 4th Triforce piece, and he does know where level 9 is.
Yeah, at this point, I believe that Zardia may be considering dipping into 9 if he gets another Triforce. Now, where he is, I think the next level he'll come across is level 7, which he won't be able to do much. And then after that, it may be level 1. So he may actually get his ladder as well from the seed. And at that point, I think that dipping 9 for the bow would be almost a certain play from him.
One thing for certain, Paratroopa is also going to have 4 Triforce pieces here after he's done with this level 6, and he knows where level 7 is. He may opt to put that ladder in hand to go into 7. There's Zardi finding level 7, but he's about to get the news right immediately that this level 7 is unviewable for him. Hi, Letter Black. How are you doing?
At least it's quick.
Oh, definitely. And there's an angry sword swap.
Paratroopa finally gets his Triforce, so each of our runners at 4 now still needs that bow and to pick up their silver arrows.
Five hearts at this point for Czardia. In order to get the silver arrows, you need to have anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts. And there's the potions, 34 and 87, and a low money seed.
Yeah, entering and exiting and picking up 234s is definitely a better decision there if you want a red potion for your exploration. So definitely the way to go to spend that little bit of extra time to save the 20-some rupees.
And there's a heart container there for Paratroopa, which gives him 4. Now, does he beeline it over back to where the silvers are to take a chance at F4? The direction he is heading, it may be a yes.
Now, is 4 enough? It is not.
No, not at all. So that means Zardia now, his odds, in his mind, it's 66%, but we know it is 50-50.
And the good thing for Zardia is he doesn't really have to stop his exploration here to eventually get the silvers. The silvers are close enough to start to where he can go until he gets his 5th Triforce, and then if he opts to not do any more exploration, he can just immediately go and grab the silvers after enough A and then whistle up to 3 to get back to 9.
I know we've had some people chiming in about how weird this is to see this low health for both runners at the 39-minute mark, but there's a reason for that. What has been the item distribution so far, Krim?
Well, I mean, we've gotten a lot of keys so far, which is very abnormal, really, for a seed to have no key difficulty from the beginning. But we are still short I believe, 2 of our Take Any caves, and we have only actually seen 1 heart in a dungeon so far, and that is in level 4, and we have not even seen the Coast Heart yet.
Zardi picking up one of the last large secret he's going to find in this seed as Paratroopa heads to the southwest corner. 1 bomb in hand, make it count.
Is going to go after this blue Octorok here to try for the bomb drop, but did not get it, so does have that 1 bomb left to take out this wall.
And it turns out that it is going to be a key, bait, and shield shop. And I don't think we're going to have to worry about them purchasing keys anymore. As level 1 is now in the cards here for Czardia. He is now on his path to maybe getting the last Triforce he needs in order to enter level 9.
There's a firm possibility, Rick, that Zardia may enter level 9 with 10 keys, which is unheard of in these flags.
You see some runners entering the level 9 with 10 hearts. Czardia, it's 10 keys perhaps. Oh, this is some information, and this could be a mixture here for Zardi. I know he will search for the item at least a little bit, though. So he will come across that ladder. I'm almost guaranteed he'll come across that ladder. As Paratroopa is about to get his 5th heart container at the 41-minute mark.
Is opting to hold off to go back to check for the silvers. Good decision. You don't want to sit there and backtrack all that way. It is checking out our forgotten spot location. We'll see if anything is here worthwhile. And no, just someone gonna rob you a little bit. He was in his own little world and you interrupted him, so. And there we have it, the ladder for Zardia. Has to be happy to see that at least.
Yeah, that means when he goes into level 9, he's looking for only 1 item, and that is the bow. Paratroopa is going to be exploring a spot that we haven't seen yet. This spot here along the grave, and it's going to be another of the take any's. That's 6. That's guaranteed silvers for Paratroopa. And Czardia, that's no.
Rick needs to really tell us how he feels about 8 blue whiz robes. Or wait, that was 8. Yes, it was. So
yeah, that is an ugly, ugly room.
Paratroopa, unfortunately, misfiring on one of his bombs as well. Now going after these blue moblins, trying to get a bomb drop. And, well, there we have a bomb upgrade, but Zardi can't afford it.
104 rupees is a lot. Zardia looks like he's going to grab this Triforce. Now, I don't know if he is going to leave this level with the staircase item behind. We know it would be the right decision if he did, but he's not going to do so in a small level 1.
Para getting a lucky bomb drop there. Big thing for him is that will actually put him at just enough bombs to where if he follows the natural flow of the Death Mountain area, he will come across level 9 on his very last bomb.
Now this is an unusual situation here for Czardia. Why is he killing enemies? Why is he killing enemies, Krim?
I have to think it's for a heart.
Yeah. You don't usually see this after you get your 5th Triforce piece to get yourself into level 9. That they're going to kill, knowing that they already got the item on the ground. But this is the situation that we're dealing with at this point. We're looking to find out a heart container. Because that guarantees Czardia those silver arrows. And there's Paratroopa finding level 9. 1 Triforce away from him being able to go in. Little does he know that 1 level that he hasn't seen yet is level 4. And that is over near the desert. And here he goes. He's about to go grab those silver arrows. So Paratroopa is going to be the first after he tries to get some bombs to get the silver arrows. And there is the second item for Paratroopa. He won't be happy to find that it is the wooden boomerang. And I think we're going to get a little bit of shenanigans here. And, oh, well, he still grabs it, even though it's not worth anything to him.
So he is opting to leave without the heart. I mean, really, you have two options. You have the black room and the beak of the eagle, and that blue wizard room that could potentially lead to the heart. And I don't think either runner would want to sit there and beat their head in, even knowing that they may need that final heart. And there's something we will not get at all this season.
Yeah, if we get that magical sword, some weird things are going to happen as Paratroopa gets into level 4. And Zardi is still searching around because even though he's got those 5 Triforces, he wants to find another heart container. He really wants to be guaranteed those silver arrows. So if he ends up going, oh, there's level 8. We never saw that.
No, when Paratroopa was up here, he did not have bombs to do a lot of exploration. So this could definitely be interesting, especially if Zardi comes across the bow in here.
We know the bow ain't going to be in that room. Even though there's no blocks, that's not a staircase. Like Goma says no. And this is an interesting decision to try to kill. Now, one of the things that some runners know, some runners don't know, is that rooms that are going pitch black like that, you will never see the heart container or Triforce in those rooms.
Yeah, it's a really good piece of information to know if you're specifically looking for something like the heart or like the Triforce, or even like item in level 1 or 2 if a room happens to go dark in those levels. You can pretty much just enter and exit those levels because they will not have anything. And, well, that might be a required mugger.
It is, because that's right after the that second room, and there was no staircase so far. So that is that normal what is Blue Lagoon in the vanilla game. So that is a required spending of 42 rupees or the loss of a bomb.
Yeah, and Zardi making the correct decision at this point to spend the rupees. You don't want to limit your exploration in level 9 by removing one of the bombs, especially because you know you're not going to be getting that bomb upgrade.
And all the wall masters kill. There are no drops in this room, as Paratroopa one room away from getting the Triforce. And here's an interesting decision now for Paratroopa. Do you go into level 9 at this stage? We are reaching the 47-minute mark, and you know you're against an opponent who has played Randomizer quite regularly, just like Paratroopa has.
Yeah, it is definitely a gamble that you have to decide on, and we have one of the items here in level 8, possibly. Nope, just a corridor staircase.
Yeah, I was about to say, we still have a possibility of the corridors, and Zardi is going to take this, because this now eliminates another staircase.
Fortunately, it doesn't really get him anywhere that gives him a lot of information. Can bomb over, and we do have another staircase here, so
this is the item. This is the item. And the item here in level 8 turns out to be... Oh, this is still a nice find. Red ring and 8.
Yeah, not the bow, but Czardia is not going to be disappointed at all about that. I mean, really, outside the bow, red ring and maybe white sword are the only items that you would really want. One may be a decent parting gift, if not. And Paratroopa is making the dive to 9.
Yeah, he's going up here to Death Mountain. So this will get interesting coming real soon. Whether or not we find the item in this room here. Zardia feeling like killing some dark nuts.
Man, this is... With the HP being where it is on these dark nuts, you really don't want to see a bunch of them, but he is going to take them on and doing a good job so far with them. Having that red ring definitely helps your confidence in the combat against them, where they only take a quarter of your heart away.
Yeah,
to battle.
I was about to say, having that red ring is a phenomenal thing here. And Zardi also wanting to save his bombs because level 9 is going to come around the corner as Paratroopa ends up getting mugged one last time before heading into level 9. So, things about to get interesting. That's not a push block room, unfortunately, for Zardi after all that work to kill those Dark Nuts. This room will not have a drop. Well, no, it will not. It may not. It will not be a staircase room. It may have a drop. Oh, that's a nice find.
I think that is the most excited Rick will ever be overseeing a heart container.
The way this seed is gone, that is guaranteed silvers for Czardia. That is something he needed to see. As Paratroopa is in this level 9, sees a patcher in the first room and a couple of bomb walls, so he's going to head on over to the left room. And we find, hey, Lizzie warned me about you. Better bring him some meat. But he could be worked around. Maybe. Zardi is still fighting off this level 8. He wants to make sure that the second item in this level 8 is not the bow. But if the bow turns out to be in level 8, or rather in level 9, that's a huge advantage for Paratroopa, as we see a staircase possibly in that room with that Patra. But Paratroopa doesn't want to kill it just yet.
Now, although there's a Goma here, room to the north is just a lock, so boat still technically could be in here. We'll see. And right here is the item, so moment of truth.
Here we go. It is, the white sword. Not the bow, but I think Zardia will be extremely happy with that heading into level 9.
Yeah, so while Paratroopa will have a slight advantage in level 9 in terms of exploration, this actually is not bad for Zardia because he now has a defensive and an offensive advantage. And I actually like what he is doing here. Forgot the route, but he is going to pick up the Triforce, so he is guaranteed to have a full health refill exiting level 8.
Yeah, but at this point, it may actually have been worth it just to... that's
never
right,
mind.
He can't do that. So it may be just worth for him to save, go back to start, get his silver arrows, and then get into level 9. He's going to try to see if he can't bomb down into the room that he was just in, though. So at this point, we know that the bow can either be in levels 2, 5, 7, or 9. Not great odds.
So we'll see if Zardia elects to maybe dig back into 7 if he is digging for that bow, hoping that it is not in 9. Or if he is saving, he's going to grab his silver arrows, and I believe he will go immediately to 9 now.
Yeah, he has to. He has to. We're at the 53-minute mark, and your opponent, for all you know, could already be in here and be in here for quite a time. You've got to start getting some information. And I'm surprised the Paratroopa is not opting to kill that room with the blue Dark Nuts to see whether or not that could be the room that Zelda's in to next door. There is the silver arrow pickup for Czardia. So both of these runners are going to be in level 9. The search for the bow is on. Krim, while we're looking out for certain items here, you want to tell us what we've already found? And so therefore we can eliminate the possibilities with this level 9?
Oh, let's see if I can do this. Well, first things first, the Armos held the blue boomerang. We found the silver arrows in the white sword cave and the red candle on the coast. Level 1 had the regular boomerang, and it also had the ladder. Level 2 we haven't seen at all. Level 3 had the recorder. Level 4 had, I believe, the Wrath. Level 5 we haven't seen. Level 6... Or level 5 we did see, it was the power bracelet.
No, those
or no, level 6 was the power bracelet.
Yep.
Level 7 we haven't seen, and level 8 had the white sword and the red ring.
So we still have the book, we still have the heart container, we still have the bow. We still have the wand is also still a possibility out there as well. And I'm trying to think of what else we are missing at this point.
I'm sure it will come to us. Oh, the any key.
Any key. That's the one that I always forget the any key.
Yeah, and I mean, all those things that we mentioned, Bo's the only one that is worth it at this point. Paratroopa1 may potentially give him a little bit of offensive power, but I mean, really, you don't want anything but the bow.
I think
obviously.
The book would be the next consolation gift, because then maybe you can buy the hints and find out where this bow would be. But you also run into the possibility that you're not going to find out where that bow is.
Yeah, and if you're in Zardia's case, book doesn't really do you any good to buy hints because you don't have the money to buy them.
Hey, we found out a nice piece of information, though. This Patra is guarding Zelda, in a way.
So Compass good find for Paratroopa, but he saves and quits.
That's an interesting save and quit at this point. What is Paratroopa thinking? As Zardia finding out that there's the bait block in level 9. And Paratroopa's
out of bombs.
Well, he is, but I'm interested in the fact that he just saved instead of just leaving 9. Paratroopa has something up his sleeve at this point. And Zardi is going to face off against this Patra. Remember, he has a defensive upgrade and an offensive upgrade.
And that defensive upgrade definitely helped him because he is down to a single heart. We will see, no, just bombs from that Patra, so the double block room does not amount to anything.
But you also found out that he can bomb north, which is something that we never saw from Paratroopa. And, oh yeah, this is dicey here with this many Vires. Paratroopa is in level 7.
This is quite an interesting gamble. Not finding any items yet in level 9 to opt to go back to a level with one item that is 33 rooms. Definitely quite the gamble here.
I'm surprised he chose this over level 5, honestly. Oh, we hear the pig.
Oh, Rick, could you imagine this is one of those weird, very, very rare seeds that you actually have to go through the pig's room to get the bow?
Well, Lizzie warned me about you.
Lizzie hasn't been an informant in Hyrule tonight.
She's just warning people about things instead of giving us any of the hints. Now, wouldn't it also be funny if that bait block is blocking the one way into the bow room as well? That could be a possibility, too.
Yeah, especially not being able to bomb left there out of this Patra room. It's already electing to kill the Patra, possibly to see if Compass drops or something like that, so... Or maybe so he doesn't have to deal with it going forward.
Nice bomb drop, though. That definitely helps, and we found out we can go 2 different directions, as Paratroopa is still searching this level 7. We found Zelda's room. But it looked like it was an unoccupado.
Yeah, Zelda's room tends to flow out of level 9. Zelda does not always follow.
So we got another Patra here, and Zardia just trying to slay it. Not sure how much he really should be trying to tackle this Patra. But, as you said, maybe just trying to get rid of it in case he has to go back. And hi there, Dig Dogger. How you doing, buddy?
Does get rewarded with a heart, so at least he's not going to be beeping for us for a very long time. And it also is able to check the other 2 locations. And we have a staircase here. Is it going to be an item?
We hear Ganon out of this room as well. So we continue through this search through level 9. Zardia making his way, and this is a territory that we saw from Paratroopa already. Not sure if Paratroopa check the rooms to the right? I know he got the compass not too far from here. There's the bomb upgrade. The other one is in level 7.
Once again, not enough money to grab that, so we will not see how much the bomb upgrades were for, although with Para's difficulty with some bombs earlier, I think that he would have liked to be able to grab that.
And by the way, I believe that was the room right there. No, never mind. The compass was already out there on the floor. Never mind. So we are still searching through this level 9. We have not seen a single of the items. And Paratroopa going through level 7. This is time that if this turns out to be an empty search for Paratroopa, advantage Zardia. Unless Zardi ends up popping into this level 9. So we've already seen this room before. We know this is not going to be this is not going to be a staircase room, nor is this going to lead to where she is.
Also, one important thing for us all to remember with this is that we still have not seen level 2 at all.
That is correct. And level 2, for all we know, could be on a raft spot. It could be... I don't think Zardia checked the Lost Hills power bracelet slot when he was leaving level 8, so we know there's a possibility it could be there.
Yeah, we are very limited in the locations that we can check. So we'll have to see. I mean, that possibility of the power bracelet to the raft to the bow is still very possible, though. Also, something else important to note about this level 7, it has been consuming Paratroopa's keys.
Yeah, he's down to 4, but I think we just found the item, and it's the bow is in 7! Paratroopa comes up huge!
The most bizarre of gambles, and it pays off for Paratroopa. He is immediately going to book it back to 9.
Well, I think he's going to go get his health replenished first, but yeah, we are off to 9, and we have everything we need to beat this game now. As Zardia knows that his search, well, Zardia continues his search, we now know it is going to be an empty search for Zardia now.
Yeah, and now it is just a matter of how long it takes him to come across these 2 items in 9, because this is going to be very time-consuming if they are buried deep.
Paratroopa fluting to 5. He's just trying to find the closest that he can get to where this level 9 is at this point. Zardia, there's another of the shoot rooms right there. Trying to use the iframes, but ran out, but red ring's not much of a problem. But Paratroopa is now in the driver's seat.
Now, Paratroopa does know the location of the girl, but I'm not sure if he had heard Ganon yet.
I think he had. We didn't have his audio up, but I think he knows where Ganon is. So
yeah, he seems to be on a beeline towards that area. So
because this is the room that he heard Ganon in. Oh, is he next door? He's next door to Zelda. Oh, look at this! And I think this is why he booked it out of there, because he knew where he knew exactly where Ganon was. He knew exactly where Zelda was. And he's trying to get himself into a stun lock. Here we go. Is he good with the stun lock? I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
12.
Yeah.
13. 14.
We
15.
have ourselves a defeated pig. Go north one room. Paratroopa will claim the victory and go to 2-0 in this tournament with a win over Zardia. What a change of events the seed had. Paratroopa winning the race 104-44.
And now it is a matter of time for Zardia to find these two items in level 9 just to know where his fate is, and we'll see how buried they are. I mean, he has cleared out a lot of level 9 so far.
Get a room that I don't think we saw from earlier. At least I don't remember seeing it. And no, that's just a transport staircase.
But we got another staircase right behind it. And
that
another
one
transport.
is just another transport staircase. Welcome to level 9.
Zardia looks like he's going to opt to take this one, see where it leads him, if it would lead him into another area to give him more access to more rooms, but man, this level 9 to find the items is brutal.
Yeah, and it looks like Zardi just got himself to another section. Oh, we got ourselves a corridor staircase, and there's the first of the items. It is the heart container.
And I do believe we have Paratroopa with us now, so good game, sir.
Hello.
Okay, we have to ask this question. What made you go to level 7?
Lucky guess.
It was the best lucky guess ever, as Zardia is in level 9, and we had just found one of the 2 items in there, but he's still searching for the second heart container in there. But what a gamble that was.
Well, I didn't know where level 2 or level 8 were, so that would have added extra time searching for them. And I forgot, actually, that I didn't have the item in 5 yet, so I didn't go there first. Probably should have, but I went to 7 instead. I don't know. Just seemed right. 7 was the first level I thought of when I thought of levels to go looking for. I had the items in 1, 3, 4, 6. So it was 2 or 8, which I didn't have, and 5, which are just meh.
Or the 2 items in 9.
Yeah, that too, but I found the compass and Ganon pretty quickly, so it would have been pretty time-consuming to search 9. At that point, like, I went to 9 first because I knew that I would have to search for Ganon and Zelda anyway, so there was work to be done there while looking for the items in 9 anyway, so I did that first. Once I found the compass, though, there was still so much of 9 to explore, and 9 was looking pretty nasty with the dark nets, so I just hightailed it out of there and looked for another dungeon to search for. And I just 7 was just the first one I went to.
You made the right decision. Little did you know that level 8 turned out to be over at the 30 Secret that is to the east of Monocle Rock, north of that Armo statue.
Oh yeah, that's a really easy place to find 8, but I just never had bombs.
And it had... What did it have in there? The white sword and red ring.
Yeah.
Those are both useful items.
How about this low heart seed?
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't think I found a heart until like 31 minutes. I just didn't find any heart containers in dungeons, and all the secrets are in stupid places. And that was amusing because the silver arrows, I found those early, but I couldn't pick them up for like the longest time. It didn't really matter because the bow was in 7 anyway, but...
Right, but normally you're used to having hearts enough to pick up the white sword about halfway through the run, not at the tail end of it.
Yeah, that was really strange.
Zardia is still looking for the second item as well. Just gets a key there. and he's gonna not want to walk into this room, but ends up walking into Ganon.
But he does also get the information that Zelda's in the next room up, which is also a nice find.
Has level 2 been found?
No, we have no idea where it is.
Okay. I would go looking for it, but I don't want to.
And, well, Zardia may do the work for us as he ends up leaving this level 9 at this point. He's got one item. No idea where the second item is. Oh, but you're 2-0. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, that's nice. I only need to win, like, probably one more match to get in, I assume.
One more match guarantees that you get in.
Oh, it guarantees it?
Yep. Anyone 3-2 or better will be in the bracket, so, yep, just one win in your final 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm assuming the 2-0 pool is probably going to be pretty challenging at this point, but I seem to be doing alright, so that's fine. That's nice, though. I like to have those 2 wins out of the way right away.
Definitely is a good feeling. So as Zardia goes, and Zardia is going to make the same play that you made. Level 7, but it's a little too late for that, unfortunately.
Yeah. This seed was really pesky. Like none of the good items were in any of the spots where I actually looked. Except the ladder and the silver arrows, but I didn't find the red ring, I didn't find the white sword, I didn't find the wand, I didn't find the magic key. I didn't even find the heart container, which would have actually been useful here, but no, that was somewhere.
That was a 9.
Then, like, all of the bomb dropping enemies all had really high health, so I was low on bombs like the entire seed. Because it was just painstaking to farm them. And early on, just out of frustration because of the deaths, I just decided to farm for blue ring off the gambling. And that I think that really paid off, actually. I think that was really the right thing to do.
Yeah, definitely helped out with getting the defense, besides Zardia getting it a little bit later on, but it seemed like your seed started picking up once you did make that blue ring investment.
Yeah, I would say so. It just allowed me to play with fewer deaths and a little bit more just whatever about getting hit, which is really nice.
And the only reason why he started dove into 8 was either because he miscounted his Triforces, or he ended up in a situation where he decided, I still need a heart container to guarantee me those silver arrows, because we never saw how many hearts it was to get. You had 6 when you tried it, and Zardia ended up getting his 6 before he tried it.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, this seed is such a good example of just like how weird little coincidences can add up to a ton of time saved. Because if I knew where level 8 was, I probably would have gone there first over 7. Because it's got 2 items. It's a little smaller too, so I just probably would have gone there. But I didn't know where 8 was, so I was like, well, it takes extra time to search for it, so I'm going to do 7 instead. And that saved like an incredible amount of time just because I didn't know where level 8 was in a really easy location. I just never had bombs when I walked by that screen, so I never found it. Just a really bizarre coincidence.
Bizarre coincidence or good luck?
Yeah, well, both.
That sounds about right. And that was an annoying bow spot all the way in the top left corner of a ladder block to level 7.
Oh man, Zara's up to 7 Triforces now. He's gotta go for all 8.
If only he knew where level 2 was.
It's probably behind either one of the raft spots, or it could be that power bracelet spot I didn't check, or it could be Recorder Lake, which I think I forgot to check. I think I could have checked it, but I didn't.
I was kind of hoping for level 2 to be at a raft spot and have the bow, just so you have that like trickle down effect of needing the power bracelet to get the raft to get the bow.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for that too, because raft was in level 4, and that was behind power bracelet. I don't think I ever checked the raft spots though. No, I didn't. I think by that time it didn't really matter that much. Once I found 9 in Death Mountain, it was kind of go time.
It looks like Zardi is one room away from getting to his bow. He's going to clear out this room and then find his staircase, find his bow. He already knows where both Ganon and Zelda are.
Yeah, just like Paratroopa, should be a really quick level 9 once he actually gets his bow and makes his way back there, so...
He's going to spend more time walking there.
I almost considered buying the meat just for a shortcut through the Patra, but I don't think it really would have helped. It turned out that if you just went up when you get to that Patra room, you just sneak right through it, which is nice.
Yep, that's correct. There's Zardia picking up the bow. Time for him to walk on over to level 9. So while he's walking over to level 9, Krim, what do we got else going on tonight for the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament? Very busy night.
Yeah, absolutely. Currently over on, I think, Speed Gaming 4, we actually have a race going on, and that race is between, I believe, Jome Lin and Radio Reg G.
That would be correct.
And then we also have 3 races that just started not too long ago. At twitch.tv/randommania, we do have Truant Gamer versus J-Beth. Also, we have two restreams going on channels of part of our community. At twitch.tv/OPTLawyer, we have Elendar versus Zarnax42. And at twitch.tv/Wolfman2000, we have Bartman V1 versus Sparkover.
A lot of great races coming up here, and we also have another one coming up, very shortly, too, don't we?
Yeah, 9:30 we have Liquid Husband and Reiko Rider. And they're actually going to finish off our night for us. So, some good races yet tonight.
We've had some wild races already throughout this entire tournament as we move along through this week too. See who becomes the 2-0s, one win away from making it to bracket. And, Sunday night, once everything is all settled and finished, we will go ahead and get the pairings out for week 3 and do it all over again. See who Paratroopa ends up having to face.
Yeah, well, right now, Zardia gets to face Ganon.
Does have to still be careful. The Hyrule driver, he's got the red ring, he's got the blue potion. He's going to go ahead and use that blue potion. Good decision to do so.
Also do want to mention quick while he is fighting Ganon and making pretty quick work of him, we do also have some Sonic Adventure matches later on here on Speed Gaming 5. So if you like Sonic, that's also some good stuff to check out.
And there's Czardia getting the silver arrows attached to Ganon. He will go that one room to the north, and he will finish off this seed. Get your GGs in the chat here as Czardia finishes off this seed and finishes with an official SRL time of 1:18 and 14 seconds.
So get your GGs out. Definitely quite the seed to have to deal with, so we will see if Zar wants to come in for a little bit of chit chat before we head on out of here.
Yeah, so the gambles that are made while we're dealing with the seed. If the bow turned out to be in level 9, that would have been definitely an advantage for Zardia. But Paratroopa went to level 7, found the bow up in the top left corner, and was able to finish off this seed before Zardia was able to get on out of level 7. So that's how that seed ran stacked up for both of these runners.
And while we're still waiting to hear back from Zardia, just a reminder, both runners have put on a great show. Definitely another one of those great races that we love so much about this tournament. So be sure to give both of them a follow. Definitely good Z1 runners, very entertaining streamers. So definitely worth the follow. Also, remember to follow Adirondack Rick, one of the best in the business at what he does. So go ahead and give them all a follow. And if you aren't, and I hope you are, follow the Speed Gaming Networks, because they are quite a big part of our restream crew for our Z1R matches.
Okay, so be sure to also follow Crimson Avix, who does a lot behind the scenes to make sure this tournament is running smoothly. Some days harder than others, especially when you have a gazillion races that are going on, as Zardia comes in and joined us. GG.
GG all.
GG.
That bow, though.
Yeah, it came down to the bow. Now, an interesting scenario was developing as you were going through level 9. Paratroopa ended up finding both Zelda and Ganon's locations and had decided, without seeing a single item that was in that level 9, ended up abandoning it, and he went straight to level 7. And that was the play of the game.
That sure was. I ended up wandering in 9 forever and found a heart for my trouble. That was about it.
Yeah, and a seed that didn't give you a lot of hearts until towards the very end.
Yeah, hearts were also a little short. That's why I was being stingy with my rupees. I was definitely thinking blue ring.
Yeah, very.
And rupees were stingy too, with the mid secret being the bare minimum of 25 rupees. The large secret was well below the 100 normal. And definitely the take any's weren't anywhere to be found that were easily accessible, or were any of the dungeon hearts. We only found one dungeon heart.
It was scarce. Well played, Para. That was a great move there in 9. I probably would have done the same had I got that route.
Yeah, I got a little lucky. I found Ganon and Zelda so early in 9 that it was like, searching 9 for items is going to take a long time, so I decided to go somewhere else. And I didn't know where level 2 or level 8 were, so I just went to 7 instead, basically.
So
I never found 2.
Yeah, so the mystery to all of us is whether that level 2 end up being, and we'll go ahead and let that mystery die.
I guess we'll never know, because I can't restart the game. It would just be a new game, I guess, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't care. I don't care enough to know.
All right, Zardia. So you dropped down to 1-1. So what's your thoughts heading into week 3?
Well, I definitely think I played better than the first game. My note-taking was much better. I was able to track down items. I think I had a pretty good start. I had that foolish death. That shouldn't have happened. But yeah, I mean, I'm satisfied with the way I played today. I think I just need to continue that route in the next round and get lucky.
Yeah, if anything in this run that really came against you, it was luck-based. And that's the way it goes sometimes in this game. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you don't. We could have been very well have seen you come away with the bow in level 9 while Paratroopa was searching level 7 to find perhaps the wand or something else that we didn't really need at that point.
Yeah, I mean, GG to Paratroopa, well played.
Yeah,
no
GG.
regrets walking away from this one.
Mhm.
So with that, let's go ahead and wrap things up. So thanks to everybody who set things up with this, for Czardia and Paratroopa, and for Krim, who not only was my co-commentary partner, he was also clicking the buttons behind the scenes as well. I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you, and be sure to join us for more Link to the, or rather Zelda 1 Randomizer, not that other game. Never mind. Not that game. What am I talking about? Zelda 1 Randomizer. More matches going on. A lot of them going on tonight. Be sure to watch for those, and we'll see you later. Krim, I already flubbed up. You say the last word.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Once again, be sure to check out all of our other great races. Wolfman 2000, OPT Lawyer, Random Mania, and Speed Gaming 4 going on right now. Thanks all for watching.